Hello viewers, this is Revealing Light Tarot and I'm Marianne, and I want to read tonight on Trump's dark energy and look at what he might be channeling, what sort of energy he's channeling, and how can we separate ourselves from that and really protect ourselves from it as well, because it's all about reactivity, isn't it, and how much we absorb, how much negativity we absorb. Now, I just had to close my door a little bit because the light from the afternoon sun was really streaming in, and almost like I couldn't see. So I've just had to close, and you'll see there's a band of light there. It's really brilliant light at this time of day, which is really nice for this tarot reading. So, and I have my oil burners there, so we'll call forth this nurturing and healing energy for this reading. We'll also ask for help from my guides, my passed over loved ones, to really understand what sort of energy Donald Trump is channeling. What's he bringing forth, and how is that energy affecting the world? So, okay, so I want to just ask Spirit, is Donald Trump channeling really Hitler-like dark energy? And let's see what we can get. Okay. So I have an image of a nurse tending a wounded in a hospital. This is a military hospital. And it looks like there's this person has been injured on the battlefield. So that is an association with Hitler there and the Second World War. When I tune into Donald Trump, I see a person there is a character in the Marvel comics called Two-Face. And I see two sides of Donald Trump. One is a dark side, and the dark side is hidden, and it's like he has a microphone there, and he is hiding that darker side of him. And then the other side is a more transparent kind of out in the limelight side. So this is suggesting to me that he really actually does have a darkness that he does hide. And, the question is he aware of it? Because if he's channeling Hitler-like energy, then this is an intentional thing that he is doing. And I'm talking about dark energy. I'm not just talking about dishonesty. I'm talking about taking pleasure in creating this kind of chaos and mayhem and division, and and knowing that there's going to be acts of violence, but going ahead anyway. I'll just ask Spirit, is this, I guess, division, and is it calculated and intentful? And I'm seeing like a conductor. Okay, so this is who Donald Trump is. He is conducting this. He's actually getting, I guess, when I say pleasure, it's not pleasure, but he's feeling his own power. Okay, and it is the power of someone who can conduct and orchestrate events. So this is telling me that he actually is channeling narcissistic power that is dark. I'm not going to say it's evil unless we pull the devil card in this reading, but it is about narcissism. Okay, it's pathological. It's there is a mental illness side of this, okay? Narcissism and pathological lying and this unhinged personality that he sometimes presents. I don't think that mentally he's not stable mentally, okay? These are the traits that you might see in criminals, okay? This is what I'm getting. All right, let's ask, is Trump channeling Hitler-like energy, dark energy? Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. I'm actually seeing asylums, and it's pretty extreme. This energy that he's channeling, pretty extreme. Okay, the Seven of Wands, battling, holding his ground, always, this is protecting against competition, and this is very much someone who doesn't have any alliances, and this is like always defending himself. Okay, so there are issues here around. Look, it's not like self-delusion. It's not like everyone's out to get me, but he does paranoia. There is an element of paranoia here. And the King of Swords, again, this wanting to be top dog and power. Remember, I talked about being a narcissist and a pathological liar. This is, and conducting, because it's the power that drives him. Okay, and the Page of Wands, which is an interesting card to draw here, because this is like new ideas. It's sort of like ever the student, okay? So when he's conducting, he's forever thinking up new ways to cause this mayhem and chaos. It's this, I just see him conducting, and it's like this a storm that he's whipping up. It's a frenzy, okay? This power and this frenzy, this is the energy he's channeling. It's not so much this sort of evil, dark, devil type energy. This is actually the energy of someone who actually has criminality in them, that their lust for power and power and control and being able to orchestrate events and people and situations is actually pathological. Okay, and here is the hope in the background. Okay, there is some element of hope here with Donald Trump's energy and personality, and that could be that this sort of energy is becoming quite transparent to people. There is hope that it will end. People are seeing it for what it is. And the King of Cups is coming forward again as the empathetic, understanding, tolerance. This is what is actually, if you want to look at two sides of a coin, good versus evil, which however you want to phrase that. As much as he is this unhinged conductor, whipping up chaos and mayhem and division, because that's how he feels more secure. At the same time, on the other side of things is the nurturing, is the hope, is the tolerance, and those more benign human values are coming are here, and this is in some way is what's stopping him going completely out of control. And again, this, we asked about the energy. This is the person who's very insecure, who has a lot of insecurities and fear around their long-term security. And this is the person hoarding the money. Okay, so the fact that Donald Trump loses financially so often, is sort of telling me that this is his challenge here. His challenge, his universal challenge, if you like, this financial loss that he continually faces, the bankruptcies, he's financially losing now in the presidency. People are not buying his products. I forget. I think it's well, don't quote me, but it's something like $1 billion down from where he was before he started the presidency. If you can sort of take much notice of those, I think it was Forbes or something like that. I read that figure. But this financial loss, this is also motivating this energy of Donald Trump's, and it's causing him to seek this power and this. I think that he's motivated really strongly, yes, by the narcissism, yes, by the power that he needs, yes, by the the people will idolise him. He needs all of that, but he also needs to be bucking the system as well. All of these things feed into this conducting that he's doing, but a very strong part of this is his fear of insecurity, and it's financial insecurity. I'm not sure whether this is because of the way that he was brought up, whatever was sort of hammered into him as a child regarding finances is really a good deal. It's largely responsible for him being the way that he is now. He was the last person that should have become. Oh my God! Look at that light now. I'm sorry about that. I could get up and close it off, but I won't. Will persist. Okay, that's the afternoon setting sun, and it is a brilliant light. So we'll leave it there because it's rather nice. So in terms of knowing that energy for what it is, when we can see this energy for what it is, okay, how can we protect ourselves? How can we bring the light into our lives in such negative times? What can we do to protect ourselves from this mayhem and this chaos, destruction? Really, this elements of criminality, this pathologicalness. How can we protect ourselves from that? And how do we bring that light into our lives at a time of really, really a lot of darkness and a lot of negativity? So, the Queen of Swords, this is the truth sayer, okay? This is the logic, total honesty, self-rule. There is your answer. Thank you, cards. There is your answer. Honesty, independent thinking, self-sufficiency, logic. Okay, logic. Bring your logic mind to the to events. Okay, and that's really saying that once we do that, once we open up to the truth. And we see things for what they are, it's sort of, I guess, the Six of Wands is about victory, and I think in this regard it's triumphing over ourselves, over our inclination to be drawn into this negative energy. And the focus of it is, when we go there, we cause ourselves a lot of anxiety. It's hard work to stay out of the gutter, I guess, of this whole situation that Donald Trump has introduced. But it's very much worth it when we think of that Queen of Swords. And the King of Wands, again, is this. It is I think stepping into our own power. We can step into our own power when we use our logic, when we use our sword of truth. when we become independent thinkers, when we don't move with the mob, when we don't follow the mob, we stand apart and we think for ourselves and we look at what is in front of us. We understand what is in front of us. And again, another sword card, the Page of Swords, the Sword of Truth, and I think be curious about this whole Trump situation, and but look closely to it, apply the logic, and this is about prying things open and then telling the truth about what you found out. I think I think it's healthy when I'm not saying get into arguments with people, that's not what I'm saying, but quietly stand your ground, okay? Don't give any ground away. I had the same thing happen when I spoke to someone the other day who talked about the conspiracy theory with Soros and the migrant caravan, and that Soros was paying the caravanners to come forward. And I said, but why? I said, Donald Trump is using this issue as wedge politics. This conspiracy theory led to the murder of the Jews in the synagogue. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So apply the logic, because these conspiracy theories, this way that these conspiracy theories have been pushed, this alt-right stuff. Stand your ground and calmly tell the truth. Calmly use that sword of truth. And look, I asked if this was going to come up in the reading. This is the way to get to separate yourself from these darker, baser energies. Okay, very, very clear. And here we are, the Ace of Wands. You are the master of your own ideas, your own destiny. Hold that sword of truth. I think these are the two significant cards here. This sword of truth, this self-rule, and thinking for yourself, but also standing firm and telling the truth when you see that you need to in your calm and measured manner. That all, I'm getting quite strongly that adds to, when we do that, when we don't let things slide, or when we use our analytical and our logical mind, that adds to the strength. It builds strength. And it builds, thoughts have energy, and we push our thoughts out into the ether, and thoughts also can lead to manifestation as well. We manifest what we're thinking. I think it's a very healthy thing to look for the truth in all this, in this Trump situation. It has been sent to test us, and it is forcing us to examine our own values and our own truths. And I think this is quite healthy. So look, that's how we separate ourselves from this negative energy. I love the light here. I hope that you can still see the cards. Maybe not. On the bottom, we've got the Star of Hope. And I think that is what's on the horizon for us after this tumultuous time. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope that light wasn't off-putting, but it's kind of seemed, the right thing to do, to leave a little bit of that light there during this reading. Beautiful sunset here today. All right, viewers, thank you very much. This is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. Thank you for supporting my page. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for your kind contribution, your well thought out contribution. It's my pleasure to read for you. I absolutely love tarot. Absolutely love it, as you can see. And I love reading for you. Okay, thanks very much.